I'd like to welcome everyone to Commissioners Court. We appreciate you being here today. As we get started, we have Brother Brent Williams with us. Please lead us in the invocation, and Commissioner McCann, the pledges.
Let's pray. Father, we just thank you that, first off, that in John 8, you said you're the light of the world. But the question is, where do you want to put that light? How do you want to get known? And how you want to get known is you have decided that Christ in you, the hope of glory, is the mystery of the gospel. So you decided, Lord, to put your light in us. And that you said, do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit? If anyone destroys the temple of God, God will destroy him, for the temple of God is holy, and that is who we are. So today, if we want people to see your behavior, we can produce those fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And when we produce those, we'll see that light in us. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, sir. Well, again, good morning. The time is 9:02. We do have a quorum, so we will call this meeting of Commissioners Court to order. Do we have any citizens' comments?
No, sir.
All right. Item 1 is consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court held on August the 22nd, 2023. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the minutes from the regular session Commissioners Court, August 22nd, 2023, as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the minutes from August the 22nd, 2023 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Item number 2 is consider and take action on minutes from previously held special meeting of Commissioners Court on August 17th, 2023. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Hearing none, Judge, I move to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the minutes of the special meeting held on August the 17th, 2023 as presented. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. Item number 3 is consider and take action on a $2,500 grant from the Texas Book Festival awarded to the Henderson County Library. Good morning.
Good morning. Earlier this year, the library submitted a grant to the Texas Book Festival. We applied for a $2,500 collection enhancement grant to improve our nonfiction collection. We have been awarded this grant, so I suggest we accept it.
Court, questions, comments?
Is this I call it free money. It's not a matching grant.
No, this is it, $2,500. That's what we get, free money.
Any other comments? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the grant, accept the grant. I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCann and second by Commissioner Richardson to accept the $2,500 grant from the Texas Book Festival that is awarded to the Henderson County Library. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 4, consider and take action on a request for the overpayment of taxes from the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector.
Good morning. I have 5 refund checks for court approval totaling $24,136.58.
Court, questions, comments?
I know this question's probably been asked before, but so if somebody's granted a homestead exemption, would that, like in the middle of the year or whatever, what would be the reasoning for that? Why wouldn't they have got it when they got the house? Or
Because it has to be applied for. So there's people that have been living in their house for 5-10 years and they just didn't know that they qualified for the homestead, or they didn't know that they were able to do an over 65. And so they find out and they go apply for it.
Gotcha. I mean, I figured that's what it was. I just wanted to ask that question. I have no other questions, Judge.
My question was, but I think I figured that on homestead, when you rented a homestead, that just, it's for the school district only, correct?
Yes, unless one of the other entities could have an optional,
Optional deal?
yes.
Well, I noticed on some of it, the county had refunded money too, but I think I figured out because it was a homestead cap loss is what generated, and we had to return money.
There's different scenarios.
And they paid more than a 10% increase.
Correct.
And so we had to refund some back.
And I believe FMFC gives an additional $3,000 exemption.
So that leads me to another question, and I guess we're just gonna get school today, so. Of what Commissioner Richardson said, is when we get back this money, is most of it ours, or could it be another entity's?
It could be another entity's. Most of the time, the money you're giving back is probably going to be coming from the school district.
That's interesting. So the next question is, why are we having to approve these if it's school district money?
So I just went to a recent class, and from what I understand, there's only a few that I actually need to come to Commissioners Court for, but maybe in the past, y'all have reached out and said y'all would like all refunds to come through if they're over a certain dollar amount.
Let's ask
That's
the
true.
historian.
That is true. Anything over $500 is what the Commissioners Court said a very long time ago. Any refund above $500 had to come before the court.
I think it was redone to 2,500, right?
Really?
I believe so, because that's all
don't
I bring
remember
to
doing
y'all.
that. I remember it used to be at 500. Maybe at 25 now.
Yeah, tax code says anything over 2,500, so maybe that's the reason.
Probably so. And one reason is since we are required by state law to collect for all the entities, that the
Okay.
court wants it brought through.
Gotcha.
So, any further questions? Entertain the motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the request for overpayment of taxes.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the overpayment of taxes and the refund of the overpayment of taxes in the amount of $24,136.58. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 5, consider and take action on extension of disaster declaration for Henderson County. Court, Tuesday afternoon, as you know, we instituted a declaration of local disaster concerning the drought conditions that we're suffering under. That declaration is good for 7 days, and of course, today being that 7th day, we have before us the opportunity to extend it if it is the court's wish. County judge can only impose for 7 days. So, Mr. Renberg.
Yes, it was exactly like you said. You can see the numbers in the order that we are now for the Keach Byram that we go by for our burn bans. We also put in there the number of wildfires. So we had 28 wildfires in the past 7 days, and then we've had 80 wildfires so far in August. The order is similar to the order that the court did last year during these times. Of course, we're in worse conditions now than we were last year. And I'll answer any questions about the order.
Court?
Well, I just, go ahead.
Excuse me.
No, go ahead.
Just for everybody in the audience, what is the difference in the burn ban and the disaster declaration?
So we're limited in what we can keep people from doing during a burn ban. So the burn ban is basically us saying that you can't burn your brush and things like that outside. and unless I'm wrong, and I thought I saw Clint, there he is, he might be able to shed more light on it. But a burn ban is us basically saying the conditions are too dry, we're not going to let anybody burn your leaves and limbs and your household trash outdoors because it's just too dangerous at the time to do it. The declaration, we go in a little bit further, and now we start putting restrictions on other things because of the number of fires that we're having and the amount of property that's being damaged in the county.
And if we can add, this prohibits the use of fireworks,
Right.
which
yes,
is during dry conditions is a major source of wildfires, correct?
Yeah, every year, every single holiday that people pop fireworks, we have several grass fires from fireworks. They're supposed to go up in the air and blow up, but they don't always do it. If you pop fireworks, you have that one stray one every once in a while that runs across the field, and in the conditions right now, it doesn't take anything for that one spark to kick it off. And the major concern now is not that, it is a concern that it starts fires, but the major concern is stopping the fire once it starts. It's not, we're not getting fires now that you can run out there with a couple of people and stomp out with your boots. It takes the fire department to put it out, and the amount of time that it takes them to get there. Our 100-hour fuel level, which is your, up to 3-inch trees and stuff, they burn now. We have 1,000-hour fuel, which is like up to 8-inch trees. They're burning. The trees are crowning in our fires now, so just burning straight across the top. So you're not just getting burning along the ground. Those fires are almost impossible to stop. And so that's what we're trying to prevent by limiting some things in the county, really everything that can burn.
I know in the past, most of us remember that July the 4th and New Year's were the times when we could pop firecrackers. Mm-hmm. Now there's about 10 holidays that we can pop firecrackers. Is Labor Day one of those holidays?
So there's nothing that I know of that prohibits you from popping fireworks at any time unless you have an order like this in place. Now, there are 5 different times now that they can be sold versus, back when I was younger, there was just those 2 times.
Is Labor Day one of those?
No. But you
can still pop firecrackers.
Yes, people know that they can't buy them around Labor Day, so what they do is this past holiday on July the 4th, they just buy extra, planning on popping them on Labor Day.
One of the questions we get and have for years is when we do these things is the restrictions on welding. If you'll remember, probably one of the largest grass fires that we've ever had was last year off of Highway 59 that was actually started from welding.
Correct.
And that is why we have this in this order, because of how fast it can get away, and the fact that it is drier this year, and the conditions are worse now than they were in the previous year.
Have the numbers came out yet after the little, we didn't get much, but after a little rain, have the numbers came out? Did it make any difference?
As an average, it came down 17 points. But
which is still way above.
At this point, we're so high, 756 for an average, 782 for a high. We're so high up there, 17, 20 points isn't going to matter. It's just, and remember, 575 is when we start putting on a burn ban. Our highest point is 200 points above that. So at this point, 17, 20, 30 points to me isn't going to change anything. It would take a long, sustained rain to really knock the numbers down.
The concern is, here we are coming into the latter part of the growing season, and once we do start getting some rain, I don't know if it's going to help much coming into the fall and winter. Just an observation.
Now, what, like the barn ban, can you take the declaration off, or does the court have to take it off?
Yes, I can lift the declaration.
You can lift the declaration off, so
Yes, same as with the burn ban.
And we, not to forget, we are currently under a state declaration as well. So on August the 11th, the governor put Henderson County and numerous counties under a state declaration.
But that declaration does not limit the activities that we have in our declaration.
It basically is the governor's way of opening the door for us to be able to do things like this because they're aware of the conditions as well. And the wildfires that broke out all over Texas end of July.
Does this limit outdoor cooking?
So the order specifically says that nobody can do anything with combustible materials outdoors. And that's a question I'm getting nonstop is can you cook? And I'm telling everybody the same thing. Charcoal, propane, your pellets, all of that stuff is combustible materials. Combustible materials are just anything that burns. I've had people ask me about, well, it's an electric igniter, but it's still an igniter. The pellets it's wood, compressed wood. It's still combustible material. We have fires every year from people grilling, and they think because it has a lid on it and, they're being safe that nothing is going to happen with it. But the order says you cannot do anything outdoors in any activities that could result in a fire.
So feeling like on a holiday weekend where a lot of people get out and grill. It's the last holiday of the summer.
Right. And I've also had the question, and if you don't mind me explaining, I've had the question about the order says they can still weld, but I can't grill outside. And the order puts in their specifics for welding, like they have to, clear a 20-foot path of any leaves, and they have to have somebody standing there with an extinguisher and some type of water. The wind can't be over 15 miles per hour. We're restricting them, but to me, the difference here is that those welders are out there trying to feed their families. They have to perform their work and have to do their job. If you choose to grill outside, when you do have another option of cooking indoors. But those welders are trying to feed their family, and so I feel like the order allows them to do that and take the necessary steps to use caution, basically.
Any further questions?
is there a limit or an amount of days that we can do it? Or?
In this particular case, I would like to do it in the same fashion as that we have done the burn ban, and just 28 days, 28 days. And they'll walk together. Anything further? All right. It is drier than it was last year. We have been very fortunate that we have not had the large fires that we experienced last year. There is a large number of small fires, but we're one strike away from a big fire.
I really believe we've been very blessed that we haven't had a large fire. Fire departments are doing a great job. They're making sure somebody's at the station all the time, and so it's. I hope it's not coming. I don't want to say it's coming, but I sit around waiting for the phone to ring for that big fire. So,
anything further, court? Hearing none, entertain a motion on the declaration.
So moved to approve to September 26th.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the continuation of the disaster declaration for 28 days, which is September 26th.
I know
Is that what you said?
we did? We did the last one till the end of the month, so
So
pretty
for the,
close.
for the 28 days, that's what we need to be
that's
specific
fine.
on that.
28 days.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 6 is consider and take action on extension of the burn ban for Henderson County. Fire Marshal.
This is just because we put the burn ban on 28 days ago, it's something we just need to continue at this time, because in the declaration, we state we're under a burn ban. And as you can see probably from the list, if you click on it, the majority of the state of Texas is still under a burn ban at this time, so I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be.
Questions, court? There's about 40 counties out of the 254 counties that are not under a burn ban.
Usually the panhandle up there is the ones, workers.
Usually the panhandle, you're exactly right. It looks like there's 3 counties in East Texas that are currently not under, northeast of us, but other than that. Comments?
What's been the ignition of most of the fires, the cause of starting them?
And I've had everything. I've had a grill. I've had a charcoal grill fire. I've had electric company working on their lines, start a fire, mowing, and people mowing, people dragging trailers down the road and the chains sparking. Catalytic converter went out on the car, started a fire. We've had a few people setting fires that just, well, yesterday we wrote quite a few citations for people burning.
I think somebody said the one off 175 the other day was just a side-by-side, somebody was riding in, igniting.
Yeah, the four-wheeler, start one, just riding through high weeds and it getting on the muffler. The conditions are horrible right now. It's just anything can start a fire at this point.
I think our highest number was 782 yesterday, and so when it stops counting at 800, we're pretty close. And our average being 756 now across the county. We're in dire need of rain, and we're in a bad situation. So
The 14-day forecast that I looked at looks like we're going to have quite a few more days over 100 degrees. So that 17 points that it dropped because of the rain, and if it comes down a little bit today because of the rain we got yesterday, 3 or 4 days, we're going to be right back up there.
Okay. Anything further? Entertain a motion.
I make the motion to extend the burn ban 28 days.
second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCamm and seconded by Commissioner Tooley to extend the burn ban for Henderson County for an additional 28 days. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you, sir. Item number 7, consider and take action on a request from the District Attorney's Office to change their open Assistant District Attorney 1 position to an Assistant District Attorney 2. Good morning.
Good morning, Court. We are asking to move our open position from a 1 to a 2. We currently have 5 attorneys in our office. They are all Assistant District Attorneys 2. And we have 1 open position that is an Attorney 1. Our new proposed hire has been a felony prosecutor for about 15 years, has specialized training in family violence and crimes against children, and she's had over 60 appeals that she's written and 100 jury and bench trials. So we're hoping to move that Attorney 1 position to the Attorney 2 position.
Questions? Funding is available. Okay.
Just need to know when this is effective.
We would like to bring her on September 11th.
Okay. Court, questions? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner McCam to approve the request from the District Attorney's Office to change the open District Attorney Position 1 to a District Attorney Position number 2 with a September 11th start date. Any further discussions? All those in favor? Item passes unanimously.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you. Item 8, consider and take action to set a public hearing on the cancellation of the recorded plat for the rural HIP subdivision located in Precinct 1. Court, we've had this a couple of times in recent memory. This subdivision is located in Precinct 1, and the application to cancel it has been presented to us. Commissioner or Mr. County Attorney, any of y'all want to speak toward this?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Part of that process to cancel is we do have to set a public hearing so that anyone.
And it's another one of those that's similar to the one that Precinct 1 had a month or so ago, where these were all lots that were never sold off to any other buyer, so they're all owned by one person, and they're undeveloped lots, but it was originally platted, and now they're just wanting to vacate it, so we have to set a hearing at least 21 days out to give them time to publish the notice and do all that.
Okay. Any further?
Do you have a date and time I could?
Let's see, 21 days, the 5th, 12th, the 19th at, I don't know, 9:10? How's that
Okay,
sound?
That sounds good.
You want to make that motion?
Yes, sir. I'd like to make the motion to hold a public hearing September 19th at 9:10.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Richardson to set a public hearing for the cancellation of the rural HIP subdivision for September 19th at 9:10 a.m. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 9, consider and take action to accept a donation from the Levee Improvement District Number 3 for one 9-foot diameter, 50-foot long, 3/4 inch thick steel culvert and labor and equipment for installation on County Road 1307 located in Precinct 1. Commissioner?
Yes, Court. This is at the end of one of my county roads. There's not very many houses down there, but it is on a levee district part where there is a creek, and they're wanting to do some improvements. There's a bridge, small bridge there. They wanted to put a new culvert in because the culvert was going the wrong way and hitting the side and making the erosion. And so they just wanted to do this, and they're supplying everything, the culvert and the labor and equipment to put it in, so the county won't be out anything.
Questions for the Commissioner? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to accept the donation of said culvert and labor and equipment for installation by the Levee District Number 3 on County Road 1307, located in Precinct 1.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Richardson to accept the donation of road materials for County Road 1307 from the Henderson County Levee Improvement District Number 3. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 10, receive financial reports, which we have none. Item 11 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets. There are none to report today. Item 12 is consider and take action on submitted contracts. There are none of those either. Item 13, though, is consider and take action on requests for right-of-way permits.
Precinct 2, Precinct 3, Precinct 4.
All right. Commissioner Tooley.
Yes, Court, this is the fiber optics installation for Charter Spectrum. On the first one, we're going to pass on it. Then the next one's 2813. It's setting a Class 5 30-foot pole and a supply cabinet and 20 feet of conduit on 2813. And then the second one will be County Road 2857 and basically doing the same thing, setting a class 5 30-foot pole and trenching it probably approximately 20 feet for conduit.
Okay. Questions for the commissioner?
Do we need to do these separately?
I believe you could do both of them together, the two standalones for County Road 2813 and 2857. You can do them in one.
Having no questions, I move we approve the utility line activity for Charter Spectrum on County Road 2813 and County Road 2857 in Precinct 2 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner McCam to approve the right-of-way agreements with Charter Spectrum for work on County Road 2813 and 2857 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Commissioner McCam.
Yes, have a pretty long list again today. They're going, this is for Charter Spectrum, fiber optic cable. One spot they're going to install 29,000 feet of aerial cable on existing poles, and the other one will be 20,000 feet, so several miles worth of fiber optic cable going out in the country again. So I'll list the roads. 3600, 3606, 3611, 3612, 3613, 3614, 3615, 3704, 3705, 3700, 3709. Those are in Precinct 3. And then a 4910 and a 4825. And I'll let Precinct 4 speak with those if he wants to in a minute, but they put them on the same, requests. And then there was also on the request a Sandy Hill Lane, and that is a private road. So we will mark that on the request, and we'll make no decision on Sandy Hill Lane. But we will mark that down so they'll know that that is a private road. They have to contact
Commissioner Richardson.
somebody else.
4910, I believe it's going to be aerial to the end of that road, and on 4825 will be a pole. Guess it'd be just a short distance there to a power supply box and a pole and stuff on 4825.
Okay. Questions for the commissioners?
Hearing none, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the notice of proposed utility line activity for those roads mentioned or stated in Precinct 3 and also Precinct 4, Commissioner, with the Commissioner's authorization to sign.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the right-of-way agreement with Charter Spectrum for the above-listed roads in Precincts 3 and 4 with the Commissioner's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Thank you.
And we have sent them a precinct map with all the roads on it, so when they do the permits, we told that each commissioner would rather have a separate permit for each of their locations.
Yes, sir.
So.
Okay.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, ma'am.
I was just gonna let y'all know that be sure and check your roads when they get through, because they left a whole bunch of metal as an illegal dump on one of my roads. But the big metal wheels, and anyway, just wanted to let y'all know to be sure and check, make sure they don't do that to y'all. And I have gotten a hold of them. They are supposed to be coming and getting it.
Okay. If there's nothing further, we'll move on to item 14, which is consider and take action on submitted budget amendments, and we have none. Item 15 is considering to take action on payment of bills. Ms. Carpenter.
Yes, sir, we have fiscal year 2023 in the amount of $312,003.77.
Commissioner Spivey, questions?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tooling?
I have none.
Commissioner McCann?
I have no question.
Commissioner Richardson?
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2023 bills in the amount of $312,003.77 as presented.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the bills in the amount of $312,003.77 as presented. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item 16, consider and take action on submitted plats.
We have one plat in precinct 2 and all things paid.
Commissioner?
Yes, Court, this is on, in the Manning Ranch subdivision. It's lot 59, and they are taking it and splitting it into 2 lots, creating lot 59R-1 and 59R-2. I'll also say that some changes that Joy's made, and I don't really know if it's a change, but she's brought it to my attention that most of all these lots are being built or taken up. This lot happens to fall into the ETJ at Payne Springs, and so we have a letter from Payne Springs showing that they have no issue with the replat here. So you'll probably see a lot of these letters coming out of Precinct 2 because now that the ETJ is in effect and we've highlighted that, every one of my additions are now in the ETJ.
Questions for the Commissioner? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Judge, I move we approve the replat of the Manning Ranch subdivision, Section 3 of Lot 59, creating Lot 59R-1 and 59R-2 for filing purposes only.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to approve the final replat for Lot 59 in Manning Ranch subdivision, Section 3, creating lots 59R1 and Lot 59R2 for filing purposes only. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Item 17, open consider bids, which we have none. And item 18 is to convene into executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071 to consult with attorney concerning Kaufman County litigation. We have a motion and a time.
I'd like to make a motion to move into executive session at 9:45.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson and second by Commissioner McCam to move into executive session at 9:45. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. We stand in recess until after executive session. time is 9:10. We're going to reconvene into open session. Can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to move out of executive session back in the regular session at 10 a.m.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam to return to open session at 10 a.m. All those in favor of the motion? Passes unanimously. Item 19 is consider and take action on matters discussed in executive session. And as the court knows, we are continuing the discussion on Kaufman County litigation in regards to the County Line Road, or known as the Notch. Is there a motion that needs to be made?
Yes, I'd like to make the motion to approve the agreed language in the proposed final judgment, subject to the appraisal district's approval of the accuracy of the exhibits.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey and second by Commissioner Tooley to approve the language in the agreement with Kaufman County and the clarification of the exhibits in the
From the appraisal district.
by the appraisal district. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion? Item passes unanimously. Item number 20 is consider and take action to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley and second by Commissioner Spivey to adjourn at 10:01. All those in favor? Item passes unanimously. Thank you very much for being with us.